Good afternoon, everyone. Julle lyk 'n bietjie moeg vir my. That's the one, yes. So wil julle net gou vir my vinnig staan? Can you all please just stand? Nou moet julle gou 'n bietjie jump, I'm kidding. Okay, I want you to do something quickly. Introduce yourself to the person next to you. Tell them where you're from and what you do. Quick, 30 seconds. Okay, your time is up. Are you feeling better? Okay, the atmosphere was that's all that stuff. But now I need assistance, Mr. Maema. Please, thank you. Okay, so my name is Evelyn Maruping. I am a content strategist. If you don't know what that means, please Google it. A digital content creator. I focus mostly on developing content for the digital space. I'm an entrepreneur and yes, I'm a public speaker because I can baie praat. Maar vandag is nie die dag nie. So, I will speak about developing networks, partnerships, and collaborations between stakeholders. And on that note, I want to say thank you to the department for this opportunity to speak on this topic. It is my favorite topic, but because of time, it will not allow us to, or me to go too deep into it. So the focus is obviously to develop support for the arts. Am I right? That is the main reason we want to build relationships, collaborate, and have partnerships. So something that was interesting while I was reading up on art centers and really zooming in on the role of art centers is that it is that one connecting point between the creators, the broader creative sector, and the community. And I was so happy to hear that my fellow speakers and MEC and Ms. Topam highlighted the importance of community art centers in the community. On that note, when we talk about networking and we talk about partnerships and working with other people, can I see by the raise of hands how many center managers do we have present? Quickly, just raise your hand. Okay, I am speaking to you. And if your teams are here, it's also for you. So the capabilities of the center manager is very, very key. The question is, do you have it in you to network? You cannot run a center, or in fact any project, but you cannot network, or you don't know how to network, or you don't know what networking is. Because that will have an impact on the partnerships and the collaborations that you want. And then something that I felt was important was forming networks and partnerships. It is an integral part of arts community centers, the growth. Am I right or am I wrong? Okay, can you worry? Okay, next slide. So the question is, who are the stakeholders in this creative industry? It is number one, the community, because we operate in communities, whether it's in a school, a community center, the church, or the playground, wherever you feel is your space to play in the arts field, that is your community center. Then we've got the creative cultural organizations. We have local, national, even international. It's your cultural groups, it's other art centers, local businesses. We look to them for funds and sponsorships. The public sector, your government, and then of course I said schools, churches, and other organizations within the community. A specific partner or a stakeholder or a business, then you need to start also creating content. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I will say it. So I was sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, this is such a massive event. And it's the third one, or second one in South Africa, second one. And it's big. Where are the cameras? No offense to you, Mr. Cameraman. Where are the cameras? Where's the media? And I know that there are people from the department and the MEC's office who will distribute press releases. But we need to get those people into the space. So that it's not about just getting publicity, but to have content. That girl that was on the stage and she performed so well, I don't know who she is. The Marimba band, I know them, yes, because I used them once, because I also saw them somewhere. The Kasi James, they are always putting out content, and they have so many followers. So start creating content, whatever is happening at the center, create content. It's called marketing. Engage all sectors, but study and understand the mandate. So somebody said to me recently, but no, not all the departments will sponsor you because they have a different mandate. And I went home and I was like, then I need to start studying the mandate so that my projects or whatever it is that I'm doing speaks to that mandate. So I will say to the community arts center managers, your challenge is to also, our public sector government, to also study what is their mandate and how can you position some of your activities to speak to their mandate. That way you will get their partnership and you will get their support. I will not ask the MEC if I'm right or wrong. And then lastly, keep Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, including your stakeholders, updated on achievements, whether big or small. Just send them those things, ask MEC. I'm always sending stuff to MEC, the Premier, the Stock Pump. I always tag them. I don't care, it's their Facebook, but you know, because I need them to see what is it that we are doing. So I'm not saying overwhelm people, but what I'm saying is keep them updated. Write a little, not a report, but something of your own. Send it to the department. The MEC can be, wow, okay, I didn't know about this project. Tomorrow when you want funds, like I've been following this project, so why not fund this project? I'm just saying, guys. Share CAC activity diary with stakeholders, same thing. Then lastly on that note, remember CACs has the power to build the broader creative sector and heal communities. I thank you.
Madume ke seharona. Dumelang ma-Afrika Borwa, dumelang bana ba Tharibentsho, bana ba mmala bosibilelo. Kana motswana o rile a re ga bosegagwe. Nna ke mosetsana wa morolo mmina tholo, phologolo e marapo a thata e dinaka di matsogo. Ntheka ntlha ma-Afrika ke lotsele kgangkhutswe, kana botlhale jwa phala botswa phalaneng. Gape se monate sengwa yenwa. Fa ke bua ka ngwao setso le botaki, ke bua ke sa kgale matlheganong. Letsatsi le ka ba la dikele. Re ka lebala jang manontlhotlho a dirilweng ke lefapha la motshameko, botaki le setso ka go tsankgola mafelo a go ikatisa le go ithuta ka ngwao setso le botaki. Ba buile mo malopeng ba re morre mogolo go betla wa taola mme motho wa ipetla. Ka ga jalo a re sireletseng le go somarela ngwao le botlhokwa ba ngwao le botaki.
As you can see from the outfit, I'm an activist. So I get worried when I'm supposed to speak and people laugh. It can never happen if you not have hair. Nonetheless, igama English and I am the founder of the outgrowing sisterhood heroines from the I am the generational curse breaker of the Northern Cape. And on that note, based on capacity building, I'm here to present to you about capacity building. I'm sorry, I'm a poet, so having to stand still is a problem.
All right.
So we sat down, and then before anything, we had to explain what capacity building is. So we then sat down and said, capacity building is enhancing performance of an institution. You need not to be accredited for such. Capacity building is more of building something that is within, but making sure that it blossoms to where it's supposed to be. Simple terms of poets. And we went back to indicate the challenges that we are facing in terms of capacity building in our art centers, respectively so in our community. A great initiative that is started by one of our colleagues because he saw the need that there's less of women in the sector of directing. So he's currently mentoring them. You can note that under one of the solutions. And we have the lack of drama. We have the lack of exchange programs within the art centers. We also have the lack of platform creation. We are dying with our talents wherever we are because we are not being taken to consideration or rather recognized. At times recognition comes when you are known by someone and someone knows someone. It stops here and today. Okay. And to continue. And then we have a lack of our, I don't know, whether should I say our proper stakeholders or what, I'm not really sure. But they lack to recognize our talents. They take more of people from the outside to come and heal our people with their voices and forgetting that it is within our own province as well. So we lack that. And as much as we lack that, we even are lacking the skills education. We don't get it. Yes, we have skills. Some people are having skills from birth, but we are now having the trend of you need to be a product before someone takes you up. But who makes that person a product? It has to start somewhere. And as much as it has to start somewhere, there's no somewhere without the ones that are authorized. The departments, you need to take accountability. When there's, say for instance, 3 months gap coming from Cape Town, you can't expect our artists to come and play or sing at your event 4,000 times when you are paying them 21,000. It's not happening. It's never going to happen again. We are going to make our own Rebecca Malopez. We are going to make our own young people that are going to take the stage.
And many more.
Oh, yeah, capacity building. And then one of the things that we got to realize is that we, as much as we are looking at the government, we are failing to claim what is of our own. And we don't want to collaborate. We want to be recognized as Usindisa, not noting that whatever skill Sindisa has can help someone that is in JTG. We don't want to collaborate, and we don't understand that collaborations are power. You don't grow alone, guys. That's what this was. And to We then came up with strategies and needs, but I'll start by needs. We need capacity building towards our management skills. When we mean management skills, in our organizations, we have different departments. Your management, your finance, your administration, your PR, going down, your facilitators, very important. Those people need to be capacitated. You need not to give them money, Department of Arts and Culture, but please make it a point that they keep themselves motivated. Recognize them. And please do advocate that the young people of the Northern Cape, they are advocated for in terms of bursaries. We want to go and study, but you must be known from a certain family before someone recognizes you. I'm worried. That's a poem for another day. And we need a CAC in every sub-region. In terms of capacity building, every sub-region must have a CAC. Reason for that, we want to make sure that there is advocacy of arts in our local communities. We need not to travel to Kimberley or to Clifftown because it's not serving our best needs. For conclusion, the strategy. We need intellectual property workshops, management skills, the utilization, break, and catalogs. There's no way we can come back and talk about economic development whilst we are lacking it economically. So the Northern Cape has money. The Northern Cape has lots of money, and we want to utilize. We want that social development or arts and culture. When they have an Indies, a poet like the one they had should stand here being paid 15,000 rands. Poetry is here. We heal by poetry. Nonetheless, to close it off, kindly do register your NPOs as NPCs or companies. And make sure you get PPO certificates so you can go and get the big guns like Aboma Engine and them, and then money happens. Thank you.
That we need to revive Kapa Bokoli. And a PTT will be set up. They will go and do groundwork. And then from there, they will move us to conference. And then from conference, we'll establish our provincial network or federation. And then that federation, one of their key tasks is to action everything that was in that presentation of Ms. Evelyn. Before we come to discuss partnerships with the department and NCACC, those things need to be actioned. We need to make sure that all the community art centers, they are in one database. At least you've got one social media platform where you interact and exchange ideas. And then we can start to come and talk in terms of where does the NCACC fit in the whole picture, where does CIFSA, or already CIFSA, you'll be affiliated to CIFSA, and where does the department fit in the whole picture. I think I've covered everything underneath the networks. And then in terms of the issues that were raised around the community art centers, the white paper commission, I said it is important that we start forging partnerships with the local municipalities and make sure that the local municipalities find space of arts, culture and creative industries in their setup. And I think one of the most important issues is that we as creatives, we need to have a seat in that IDP table so that we can assist the municipalities in terms of how can they link with arts, culture and creative industries. And there was also an issue of the tourist levy, we should also take to the national Indaba to say, yes, tourists when they come here, they consume creative goods, but nothing goes to the creative industries. And then we'll negotiate the percentage. And then Mr. Speedy said you must not worry, Treasury will do the rest. But at least you must go there with a figure. You know, from that 1 rand, you can even demand 60 cents. Because they are coming for us, you know. Music, dance, nightclubs, whatever. So it's still us, culture and creative industries. And then in terms of capacity building, we need to have training, especially for women directors, which is very important. I remember I was discussing, I think, with Mr. Speedy some time ago that we don't see women in theater. There are few directors. We had a workshop now of sound and lighting, and then when we were drafting the list, I said, please guys, make sure that at least 60% of the people that are going to attend should be ladies. So we'll try by all means that in whatever training we do, women become a priority. Yes, we have drama teachers, but they are not accredited. So the issue that came out from the capacity building workshop was that it's also important to go and accredit these facilitators. So we'll try and see how CASITA can come into the future to assist us with the issue of accreditation. And we also learned that capacity building starts with you and those around you. As sister activists said, we need to have exchange programs amongst community art centers. I think that is very important, you know, especially community art centers that are in the same locality. You can collaborate and have exchange programs in terms of skills that I might have and you don't have, and then you can engage in that exchange program. And also the issue of bursaries is very important because people want to study. And we always say we need artists that are capacitated, that have studied, but how can you study if there's no bursary for you to go and study? So I think that is also important. Another thorny issue is this issue of intellectual property. Our artists have been exploited left, right, and center, you know, because they don't know their rights within this whole value chain. So I think in terms of capacitating community art centers, we need to bring people that will talk around the idea of intellectual property so that you know you are protected. You can choreograph whatever you choreograph and walk away. Nobody will go on that stage until you, the choreographer, have said yes, or you, the composer, have said yes. I think that is also very important. And the last part, as a way of capacitating yourself, you can be a community art center and be an NPO. But there's nothing wrong of you also becoming a company, because you can access funding in terms of development, and then you can also access funding when you deal with issues of the creative economy. I think that was one of the last recommendations from the Capacity Building Commission. Thank you very much.
Colleagues, good evening to you, Program Director. My name is Imram Tambuluba Kamela. My task is very simple, but to, after all that is said and done, to give a word of thanks. Yes, one or two things that has been picked up in the deliberations for today, that one would want to communicate to the community arts centers and establishments is three elements that are quite common. One is proper communication. Communication, the importance of communication cannot be overemphasized. However, the negativity thereof is any bad communication ends a lot of good intentions. That's the first lesson. The second element is you should be goal-oriented. Okay? Whilst achieving the goal, we need to have a plan towards achieving our goal. Now, if your plan fails, it doesn't mean you must change your goal. Just change the strategy. The goal should remain, but just the strategy might not be working well, so you work around the issues of strategy. And lastly is consistency. Consistency. Remember that success doesn't come from what you do occasionally, but what you do consistently. All right, with that being said, colleagues, there's been a presentation as well around stakeholder issues. I think I should just share this quick information with you that the department is in a process of finalizing a document around stakeholder identification, which at the moment is at the head of the department's table for approval, which outlines clearly who is a stakeholder and what the role of a stakeholder is, who is our entities and what the role of our entities are, and who are our beneficiaries. Okay? So that is a document that is going through, and by the basis of the HOD, it will be presented to you in due course. Mine is to thank everybody. Thank you very much. MEC in absentia. Thank you, HOD, for blessing the occasion with your presence. It is not a common experience that with officials of such a busy schedule that we have them sit throughout the day and make meaningful inputs. Thank you very much, HOD. We also want to thank the executive managers that were here and the participation that they've done. I've seen one executive manager facilitating one commission over the side. We want to thank you very much. And SMS members that have been here, I've seen Mamoa. I can't thank Ms. Popper because she's the captain of the ship. We also want to thank our colleagues from the National Department. Thank you very much for your blessings. And thank you very much for being part of us. And I hope you've grasped something from the sessions and you will have a positive word for the Northern Cape. Probably increase the budget. To the management of the venue, thank you very much. We worked through them through Mr. Happy Mutumi. Most of you didn't notice that we had load shedding, but we didn't say it. Thanks to the venue, they had an alternative plan around the issues of load shedding. There were no serious technical glitches. We thank them for that. And to the presenters, thanks for the meaningful information. I do not see Ms. Marupin here. Thank you very much for your meaningful, and I hope the delegates has taken some information. And I was hoping as well you would share your contacts with them so they can interact with you even after the sessions. Also want to thank the Northern Cape Arts and Culture Council. They have been the drivers of the project through the National Department. They've been the ones that have been steering the ship. So we are here today because of them. And of course, last but not least, I would want to thank our loving and wonderful task team members who have spent some sleepless nights. And as much as there's been deliberations here, believe you me, some of them are stressing where they're sitting at the moment. They want to see or hear the word that says meeting adjourned so they can go home. They've spent sleepless nights. We've been shouting at them. We've been differing here and there. But yes, we took it in a professional manner. Thank you very much, colleagues. last but not least, also thanks to the delegates. Your presence is very much noted, and your contribution doesn't go unnoticed, and the recommendations, as Mr. Mayema has said, will be a process that will be unfolding there.
Cultural performance. I'm the best real dance songwriter and guitarist of the Northern Cape.
All right.
Yes. That award was also in the Western Cape also, and I won that award 21 times in a row. So that is good news for the Northern Cape. This one is especially for you. Bokkie, Bokkie, sê toch net vir my. As jy nog lief vir my kom staan hier. Aan my sy. Ek sê Bokkie, is dit jy? As my lewe soek, sê jy moet my tot die soek.
That